He played college football at the University of Texas, where he set a record for most interceptions thrown in the Holiday Bowl. He played 5 seasons in the NFL with the Bucs, Titans, and Broncos. The Broncos? Really? I don't remember that. He is arguably the second or third best quarterback in his own family, depending on who you ask. What he lacks in spleen, he makes up for in heart. Say hello to Chris Sims. Yeah. How about that for an introduction?
You're a jerk?
Yeah.
You're a jerk? You're a jerk? You're a jerk? And you're a real jerk.
Of course I am.
Great to see you.
Yes. And
Wow, I'm so welcomed, man.
keep in mind, your microphone's on.
I know,
You-
yes, I
you
have been
dropped-
known to throw the F word out a few times on this show, so
Yes, you
I'll
have.
do my best.
Yes.
Yeah, I had the record for the most interceptions the Holiday Bowl.
Yeah.
Damn. I played pretty good that game, too. I mean, it was a little unlucky, but okay.
But you have to be good enough to throw that many interceptions, right?
I guess, yes. I think, what did I throw? 2 or 3 in that game? 3, I
I have
guess?
4 in my record.
In the
book.
Holiday Bowl?
That's what it says on your Wikipedia
Damn,
page.
I don't even remember that. I must have wiped that out of my memory.
Let me pick up on something that a caller just mentioned about LeBron. And when he goes to the finals, and then he loses, we, of course, knock him down a peg.
Right.
Brady goes to a Super Bowl when he loses. Is there any comparison between LeBron getting the number of times getting and playing for a title and losing,
Right.
and Brady number of times getting to a Super Bowl and losing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I look. There's such different sports. I think that's where I would start with that conversation, right? Tom Brady, yeah, we know he's going to go down as the greatest quarterback of all time, certainly the most decorated, all of those things. LeBron, okay, yeah, he's gotten to the the NBA Finals so many times, but come on, how many times has he got there with teams that are less than, right? I mean, I don't know. Can you name some of the starters out there that were on his team last year in
What's
Cleveland,
more
right?
impressive, what LeBron has done or what Tom has done?
Oh, well, I think what the Patriots have done as a team is more impressive. I will say that much. And LeBron's what he's done is amazing. But of course, football to me is the ultimate team sport. You got the greatest coach of all time. He's had a lot of good players around him. You see what his game planning does to help him out at this time, too. That's why he can continue to play. His arm's great, but the pass protection, nobody even knows what color his eyes are in the playoffs yet. I mean, nobody's gotten even that close to him. So I just think what the Patriots are doing as a team, and of course Brady is the biggest part of that with Belichick, we'll never see anything like it again. It's like it's beating Red Auerbach and the Boston Celtics. It's beating Vince Lombardi and the Packers.
Is Belichick okay? When we start looking at greatest coaches of all time,
Right.
you throw Red Auerbach,
Yep.
John Wooden,
Right.
football wise, Lombardi, but a shorter window there. Paul Brown was great. Like, where does Belichick fit? I mean, we can go back to Al Arbor with the New York Islanders. I mean, if we want to do that, or Scotty Bowman,
Casey Stengels, whatever. I don't even
or
think
you're
he's in
looking
their
at
class, right?
yeah. But where's Belichick rank all time in all coaching levels?
I don't even really. I think it's 1. I mean, hands down. Where do you stand on that?
I think it's hard to quantify
It is.
that.
It's very hard.
But I think to do what he's done for a long period of time. So there were the spots in between where they went a long time without a Super Bowl.
I know. Gosh, they
People
had to wait
forget-
so long.
Well, no, they did.
But you're right. They did for between championships.
Yes. So they waited, 7, 8 years?
Yeah.
in
Maybe
between.
even more than that.
Yeah.
10,
Maybe it was
right?
10 years.
It was.
So that's a long time. So that's not a dynasty for those first couple.
Right.
And then after that, then I guess the dynasty talk. But I'm just trying to figure out, it's so hard to win in football, even if you're in a bad division.
Yep.
It's a one and done.
Right.
Whereas basketball, you got to beat them 4 times. UCLA used to play a lot of their games in the tournament in Los Angeles.
Right.
And there was only 32 teams at the time. I think to do it in football for this amount of time, with free agency, with
salary cap,
yes, everything. I think it's as impressive, if not more impressive, than any other coaching feat.
I'm with you. I think that's exactly where I would have explained it. I mean, yes, just we're in the era of the NFL where they truly made the rules for everything to be equal, right? I mean, they're trying to make it to where the league's more exciting when we have different teams in the Super Bowl every year. And we've known nothing of the 21st century except the Patriots in the Final 4 or the Final 2 or just the actual Final 1. There's so many things that go into successful organizations. I mean, Belichick is the master. Even in my 18 months working there, I've never seen anything like it. The whole front office, the coaches. It's one of the most cohesive units in all of football. Like, you guys pay attention to the NFL, and you always hear little, skirmishes between the front office and the coaching staff because they don't agree on a play or a philosophy. None of that goes on in New England. Because
what's Brady like in the quarterback room?
I mean, he's like as normal as could be. And not that I was in the quarterback room a whole lot with them, like, because I wasn't even like officially allowed to be in that room. But Brady couldn't be a better, more humble, good guy. I mean, he truly is an awesome person, and he's willing to step in line just like everybody's heard the stories about him, just like anybody else. And that's why they can take risks on players like Albert Hainsworth, or let's say a Chad Ochocinco, where we look at it and we go,
Corey Dillon,
right? They're going to take them on? Yeah, because when you walk into the building in New England, you go, damn, they don't need me here. They're going to be good without me no matter what. And if they can yell at Tom Brady and, mother F him for this and that, then damn, they can. I got close, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, you did. Very well done.
Yep. But yeah, that's what puts you in line in New England right away to go. It takes the self aspect out of it.
Now, how long were you with the Patriots?
I think it was 18 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
At any point, were you told, or did you witness where you thought that they were pushing the limits on scouting a team, getting ready for a team?
No, never. I've never been around a place that followed the rules more. I'm dead serious. If Bill caught wind that we were going to bet $5 on the Masters, who was going to win the golf tournament, like, there was going to be a cease and desist letter throughout the building. Like, no joke. There's no gambling on NFL. Like, I mean, that's how rule follower they are. I think one of the dirty secrets, and I try to sell some of my coach friends around the NFL this at times, and they never want to ask me a follow-up after they ask me one question with New England. But one of the dirty secrets of New England is that their coaches just outcompete the other coaches. And I don't mean to say that to knock down anybody else in football, but Bill's in there grinding on May 7th, the same he was on January 7th. I mean, we had to have a coach get up and raise his hands and be like, hey, tomorrow's Mother's Day, coach. And then he was like, he had no idea. So that's just where he is in his mind. And I think at the end of a season, one of the reasons, of course, the Patriots are winning or at the top of the league is because their coaches have won the competition between the other coaches and put in 1,000 more man hours when all said and done.
When you match somebody like Sean McVay
against
Bill Belichick.
And he can do that. That's why I like Sean. I mean, he can compete with them on that, work ethic department. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
But I'm curious about that you have somebody half the age.
Right.
Would seem like a total mismatch. Which more of a mismatch? Sean McVay, Bill Belichick, Jared Goff, Tom Brady.
Ooh, that's a really good one. I'm going to say the bigger mismatch is Brady Goff right now, but it's really close. Like, McVay is kid genius, and there's obviously nothing that, he doesn't know everything that Bill does, but I do think there's a lot of similarities until like Bill, Sean he's not an egomaniac. Like, he is willing to listen to ideas, steal plays from other people, whatever it may be. He's always trying to acquire knowledge. And that's the one thing I really learned from Bill when I was up there. Not that he taught me this directly, but I realized Bill is like always looking for the new thing. Chip Kelly was up in our building a bunch of times because he wanted to know, how are you getting these guys at Oregon at the line of scrimmage so quickly and calling these plays and running them so quick? Tom Thibodeau was in the building because he wanted to steal something from him. And I think McVay is the same way. Like, McVay lives it.
An NBA coach?
Yeah, was there. Right. I think they want to witness Belichick, but Belichick's going to get something out of the deal, too.
All right. We do this every Super Bowl where we get draft profiles.
You give your hosts horrible, introductions?
That was a bad introduction?
I've had better.
Oh, have you had worse? Okay. This is when you were coming out of Texas.
Okay.
This was your draft profile.
Ooh, from who? Do we know?
Paulie, do we know who? We cobbled together.
Mostly the negative.
Yeah.
We cut out all the positive.
Yeah.
I can give you the names after the segment.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So go ahead and read your draft profile.
Needs to work on his accuracy. Okay. Scouts question his ability in big games because he hadn't come up big against top teams in the country. Hey, true. We lost to Oklahoma. It was me versus Oklahoma, too. Just nobody else was out there. No coaches, no team. It was just me versus them.
Just keep reading.
Yep. Sorry, I got to throw some,
right.
Has first-round ability, but his failure to come up in the big games, particularly against Oklahoma, led some to question his toughness. I was supposed to block Roy Williams when he jumped over the pile and throw it and catch it. Did you know that? Okay. 0 touchdown passes, 14 interceptions in games against the top 10. That hurts, but that's a fact. Yes. Okay, his delivery is a little slow at times, and I think he's a little too slow finding stuff over the middle. That's why you get the turnovers. I think that could extend into this league. He had a flawed college career. Yes, I was the top-rated passer in the Big 12 for 3 years in a row and in the top 5 twice. But although he's a great kid, he's very blonde, very fair. The Tampa shouldn't have drafted me for that. All the sun down in Tampa, and he's still a lot of maturity ahead of him. To me, that means he's not ready by a long shot.
Okay,
damn, who is this person?
Okay, this is an actual quote there.
Yeah.
Although he's a great kid, he's very blonde.
Yes,
he's very like. What the hell does that mean about being a quarterback?
I don't know, but that's scouts can be biased in their own little ways.
Okay,
like that.
Were you helped or hurt by your dad being a great quarterback?
Oh, I mean, I think in the long run, I was probably helped. I mean, it certainly invites criticism, and people. I mean, still to this day, I mean, people think I'm only on TV or talk because your dad got you that job. That's. I always hear that.
You know what? You're better than your dad.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
You are.
Thanks.
No, you are.
Thanks. But, the football aspect, I would be lying. Hey, I grew up, I relished the fact that I would walk into a gym in 6th grade and I could hear, oh, there's Phil Simms' kid. There's Phil Simms' kid. And I would be like, I'm going to show them that I am Phil Simms' kid. I'm going to try to score 30 points tonight. And I kind of like the stage of that. So I think when I was one of the best quarterbacks in the country coming out of high school, going into college, I'm sure the Simms name helped me out and gave me a little more notoriety. I don't think there's any denying that.
Remember your first time you met Bill Belichick?
I do. I mean, I don't know if it was the first time, but my memories of Bill are just like when I'm like an 8 and 9-year-old kid with the New York Giants, and really just him saying hi and whatever else. Like nothing special. There was no like huge moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Super Bowl 25 right after they had won that against the Bills. It was a weird Super Bowl because my dad didn't play. So I had like mixed emotions where I was happy for the Giants, but sad my dad wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I could still remember being at the after party and Bill and Lawrence Taylor being in a booth. And like, that's just a very vivid memory for me. Like I just, went up to them because I wanted to say hi to both of them. They were awesome. And yeah, whatever. But that's just one of my early recollections.
We love you coming by. You're a great sport. And I meant what I said.
Thanks, man.
I have great respect for your father, but you have carved out a great career, a great start there.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, man.
During the, I know you're a little fired up, a little angry. You want to take out your frustrations.
Yeah, who is it? Who's putting?
Do you want to tell him who wrote those things?
I curated that list, but I can't really catch. McLovin will stand in for me.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to tell him who wrote those things?
I don't, but I mean, it's become a tradition for quarterbacks to throw at me. This would be a good warm-up to have a soft-tossing lefty. So for the other QBs later in the week.
Soft tossing lefty. Him being bandaged up all week would be good content for the show, right? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait, is Blake Bortles coming in to throw at me?
No, Baselli's coming though. Watch out.
Okay, McLovin he's taken on the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
Montana, Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Eli, I mean, there's a long list, and he makes fun of them before they start to throw.
Did Rodgers throw like a missile at you? How did he do it?
He threw a bullet that I said if it hit McLovin in the heart, he would have killed him.
Oh, I mean, I've never seen anybody throw the ball like Aaron Rodgers. So,
he threw the ball.
You're going to catch just about anybody.
Yes. Yeah, he threw hard. All right, so if you're watching, you'll be able to see McLovin take his life into his own hands here.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it is a soft tossing.
I'll just pretend I'm one of the defensive backs in the 2007 Holiday Bowl.
Wow. Who throws harder, Jamie Moyer or Chris Simms?
Don't laugh at that.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.